Hi everybody. So because there's a bunch of stuff on this weekend, I'm still trying to work my way through the Hungarian selection Adele. I've done 10 videos, well, reacted to 10 songs of the 30, and I'm hoping to do the other 20 during probably tomorrow now, because I can't see getting a chance to do them on Friday. And so in the meantime, Spain has its Eurovision Gala for Sunday. So Operacion Triunfó. I'm hoping I said that right, given the fact that I did Spanish at school for quite some time. And I finished school around about 10 years ago now, so might be a little bit rusty. Regardless though, they had their show on, during the latter months of last year, and they always have their Eurovision Gala separate. So I don't really get how this year's gala will work, because last year, if I recall, there was 5 participants, and I think they were the final 5. And the gala was happened before the final, and of course, there were duos as well as sort of solos, and of course, Alfred and Amaia represented Spain back in Lisbon. But it seems that the gala's now taking place after the final, because if I recall right, it was some guy called Famous who won the contest, and he's back with 9 others, and there's 10 songs. So I'm kind of confused how this works. And I also heard that some of the participants, because they said that, oh, everybody's going to get a song, and not everybody did. To me, it just seems like a huge mess. But regardless, I'm going to react to the snippets of each song and see what I think about them. So I'm just gonna go through this list based on the information provided on EurovisionWorld.com, and they've got like the snippets available in this list, so I'm just going to go based on that. So first up, there is Carlos with Seta Nota. Okay, then let's have a look. It sounds so stereotypically Spanish, like modern at least. It sounds sort of laid back and gives you that sort of like a feel-good song. But Spain have done this before, but they've sent songs like this and it's never gone well in their favour. It also sounds like it's been well produced almost. Like there's just so much on that backing track, and you're just wondering exactly how is that going to play out live. But it doesn't sound too bad. I mean, but it kind of almost sounds like filler music almost. Like, again, I'm only reacting to a snippet, and there was, 40 seconds if we're lucky. And for instance, we could say that, say if the full song did represent Spain at Eurovision, what are the chances that it could just sort of, you could just perform it and then 3 songs later everyone's forgotten about it? I just have that sort of feeling at the moment with that first one. But I could very well be wrong, because we don't really know how this year's going to turn out. So yeah, that's all I can add on that at the moment. So second up in this list, we've got the actual winner of the contest, which was, do you say his name is Famous or something? With No Puedo Más. Again, I know my actual accents and pronunciation is off, but at least I remember what the words were. I love his voice though. He's definitely got a voice there. And he can perform. I mean, it's not bad, but does the style really suit his voice? The song also sounds a tad dated. It sounds like some sort of song that you would have heard, like, I don't know, 2000s? I can't exactly say sort of latter 2000s either. I'd say it's more, I don't know, mid to late. It just sort of gives me, like, the sort of, like, it sounds so similar to, say, the songs that would have been released during that time. And I just feel at the moment, based on that snippet, that, you know, the singer's better than the song. I have seen little snippets of him performing. He can perform, he does have a voice, and I'm just hoping that that song sounds good live. But even then, I think the song is not fantastic, but it all depends on how he goes about doing it, I suppose. So at the moment, the songs they're not terrible, but they're not outstanding either. It's just kind of middle of the road at the moment. Alrighty, so third up in this list we have got, I think you say her name as Julia, with the song Que Quieres Que Haga. I do apologise though if you're watching this at the moment and say the sort of the reaction time is really small, but a couple of people I know have done their own reactions, and there's like been like copyright strikes and everything, so it just tends to happen. So I'm just hoping that it doesn't have too much of a problem. So I've got to try and keep these as small as possible, so at least the songs are out there for people to enjoy though. Is this meant to be a sort of upbeat song, or is it supposed to be sort of a bit more stripped back? Because it seems that the lyrics and the backing track and her voice don't quite gel together. I mean, her voice sounds good, like on track. That backing track though, and the way she's singing that song though, it just doesn't match. Like, she's singing it out as almost if it's like almost like a power ballad almost. There's like emotion in there and whatnot. It doesn't feel light, if you get the idea. Whereas the backing track seems a lot lighter and it's a lot more up-tempo than, say, her, how she's singing it. So it doesn't quite gel together all that well for me. But the backing track as well, it just doesn't seem like there's a lot going on there. So again, I'm not really sure what to make of that. So I'm just thinking, why did they pair, I'm presuming that artists never chose their songs, and maybe it was the staff from the academy who chose it, or like they sort of assigned songs to different singers. And to me, it just seems like they've just given the songs to the wrong people. Like, they just don't work for them. It just doesn't seem like it's the sort of style that they would do, or the song just doesn't quite work the way it is. So it just seems like a total mess at the moment. I'm hoping there's one song that just sort of screams out and go, okay, this is good. Okay, do you sort of say this as Marilia? Probably doesn't sound anything like that, but regardless, she's up next with the song Todo Bien. Okay, this one suits her, I think suits her voice more. think they've got a little bit of a match here. Just how much effect is on this song? Again, it sounds very Spanish. When the beat dropped though, I thought we were going to get something amazing, but... Okay, there's a little bit of promise in that. Especially towards the end, I felt like almost a performance was going to be there. You know, there was going to definitely be a bit of dancing in there. You know, you've got to, you know, there's definitely something there that I could see going on. Does she actually sing like that though? Is that what she actually sounds like live? Because especially during the middle of that snippet, it sounded almost as if there was so much effect on her voice that it seemed a little bit sort of computer generated, almost like a little bit auto-tuned. There was a heavy amount of effect on it, but if she sings like that, then fair enough. I mean, I'm not going to say anything. Sorry, I've still got a bit of a cold. It seems like I never get rid of it. It was fine until Christmas, and then suddenly it seems like I'm just a bloody walking disaster. Not to mention the embarrassment of at uni earlier on, but still. But yeah, again, it's another so-so song, but I think at the end of the day, it's just going to be down to how it just gets performed live. But okay. And next up we have got... Who have we got? We have got Maria with... how do you say that? I don't even think that's Spanish. What is that? Muerdem? Muerdeme? I don't know. I've noticed as I'm listening to these snippets, a lot of them are so Spanish themed. It's almost like they're really trying to go for that this year. This seems a lot more promising. This seems like this is going to do better almost. But again, I don't know how she sounds live, so I can't say anything. That might be my homework for later. Look up some performances. Oh, okay, that ended quickly. Yeah, that actually doesn't sound too bad. For what it is. In terms of how it would go up against everything else, is a completely different story. But it doesn't sound too bad. Like it flies past, but at least the singer and the song kind of match. It's almost as if, yep, they almost got it right with this one. Again, I've not watched the show at all. I've probably sort of watched about 2 clips of it last year. So if you are Spanish and you are watching this, then please do tell me whether they're good, whether they're not good, what are the highlights, what should I be looking at, and what to look forward to come Sunday. Because I know there are a hell of a lot of Spanish fans out there. So, oh, okay, we've got a duet next. We've got Mickey and Natalia with Nadie se salva. Their harmonies don't sound too bad. I always get a little sceptic over that. At least it's upbeat as well. I think that's a general theme they're going for this year as well. My guess is that they've paired up on that beforehand and have performed together before, which is maybe why it kind of works. I mean, you wouldn't run the risk of, say, pairing 2 people up and that have never done a performance together before, because that doesn't always work. So I'm presuming during the show that they got paired up and had to do a duet together. But on track on that, their harmonies sound pretty good. To begin with, when I was listening to it, I was a little bit worried, thinking, okay, hold on a minute, Natalia sounds louder than Mickey, and I was worried that, you know, it wasn't gonna work and that. But then when that chorus kicked in, and then I thought, okay, all right, okay, this sounds all right. Again, it's another song where it's up tempo and it sounds. I can't say current because I don't follow what's current. All I know is that sort of Latin type music and that tends to be a thing right now. Okay, so it seems that Mickey got more than one song. In fact, Natalia also got more than one song, but Mickey's is up first, and that his solo entry with Lavender. Okay, that's a very different style from Miss Stewart. And this is vocal shine more, but the song just don't sound right. At least if it did go to Eurovision, I could say, well, it's different from what they've sent in a very long time. It sounds almost like, you know, you've just done a bit of a jig sort of thing, and it almost sounds, I don't want to say it sounds like a troll entry because it's probably a serious song, but I feel almost like they've given him a really bad song, and you think he could do so much better than that. You know, there are, sorry, damn stupid cold. I feel like there's probably a bunch of other songs that he could have been given, and it would have worked so much better for him. So I think if he's gonna go, I think that duet's probably gonna save him, because I think that solo song isn't just gonna work. It's not gonna work. Moving on, I'm gonna go and turn to Natalia, and she's got a solo as well. And what is that? I can't speak today. La clave. Well, at least again the style matches the voice, so that's not so bad. This sounds a lot more modern than the others. So I think that that will stand out, to be honest. Only probably because it sounds a lot more modern than everybody else's. But again, I'm trying to think. It sounds like one of those songs that are sort of Spotify friendly, but then you can't stage it for shit, to be honest. And that's probably what I'm concerned about in terms of that song. Is it their best entry? I couldn't tell you, to be honest, because I don't think, listening to these so far, I don't think there's an entry that really does stand out. And it's kind of sad because there's only 2 songs to go. I didn't realise I've already got through 7. Or is it? No, 8. Beg to differ. Okay, so I think how you say her name is Nolia. And she has the song Hoy Velvo. I can't say it today. Vuelvo a otra vez. Okay, I have a cold. I sound terrible. Forgive me for this. I don't know why I thought it was a great idea to do it today, but still. I felt alright this morning. Wow, okay, this is very different. This sounds like it's going to go somewhere quite interesting. The voice sounds very strong as well. Okay! That stands out. She is going to perform the hell out of this on Sunday for it to do well. Please tell me she sounds like this live. Wow, okay, yeah. I think that's the first song where I've gone, okay, that sounds very different, and that could, I'm not going to say it could do really well, but the thing is, if I need to see a live performance of that before I can properly judge it, plus obviously I need to listen to the full 3 minutes, and I honestly think that that could do all right. She sounds, based on the clip, she sounds like she's got a very strong voice, and give or take things, because if a lot of up-tempo songs get picked, because the way things are going, it seems like there's going to be a lot of up-tempo songs this year, she just might stand out because of that. But I'm just hoping she has got to have a pair of very good lungs and got to have a very good amount of pipes on this, because it sounds like a big song, and at the end of the day, if it's a big song, you need a big voice. And you need to be able to project that voice. And I'm hoping she can do that. Because at the moment I'm rather intrigued on that. So that's probably the first one where I've just gone, hello. Okay, final song. Which, by the looks of it, is called Oi Sonare by Sabella. Okay, maybe not the only slow song. Again on track, it sounds like a very strong voice. Sounds like she's also got a bit of a range as well. Noella might have some competition here. Okay, well, you know that thing where you hear a clip and you think, oh yeah, this is gonna go somewhere. You think, oh, I'm interested to see where this goes now, and then it just suddenly stops, and you're like, ah, okay. And then you're thinking, right, I need to listen to that as soon as it comes out. That's kind of how I feel with this, because it felt like it was gonna go somewhere, and so again, it sounds like another artist that can project their voice and that, you know, and make yourself heard. The question is it going to be impactful? Are people just going to go, okay, yep, okay, get this one? To me, though, that sounds promising. As in, the last two did sound rather promising to me, and they do stand out. The question is now, are they just going to cancel each other out now because they don't sound the same, but because they're very slow, much slower paced, and they're kind of like more of a ballad, you know, then they might just cancel each other out. But to me, that sounds pretty good. Again, I'm just hoping that she sounds like that live. And with that completes the Spanish selection. So what I'm going to do now is if the songs are already out, then could somebody send me a link? Because I've got a lot to do, and I will have a look for it, and if I can find it, then fine. If not, can somebody post me the link, please, to what all the full version of the songs are. And maybe once the songs are out and maybe the gala's happened, I might do like a top 9 of, based on the performances, of where I thought each of them, you know, I rank each person. Other than that, thank you for watching, and I will see you soon. And hopefully next time round I may have just got rid enough of my cold.